Looks like Nia Long drank a big glass of the integrationist Kool-Aid. Damn. Just damn.
Now available in paperback and Kindle, All About Marilyn. Learn all about the struggles of a faded former teen sitcom star in this absolutely fabulous 5-star screenplay. Get All About Marilyn in paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com today.
Recently, actress Nia Long stated that calling films with black male and black female leads black movies is harmful. And according to your Nia Long, calling a film with a black male or a black female lead a black movie is a term that is holding black people back in Hollywood. Now, as I listened to your Nia Long make this absolutely absurd statement, I had to shake my head, because the people who call films with black male and black female leads black movies are these white executives in Hollywood. It was the white executives in Hollywood who call films with black male and black female leads black movies, because according to their unwritten social rule, any film that features two or more black performers in their eyes is considered to be a black film. And it is the white executives in Hollywood who go out here and say that if you have two black performers in a film, that it's harmful to their box office, because they believe that if you have a film with two black performers in the lead, that it's not going to perform at the box office. Now, when I listen to your Nia Long, she is speaking in the language of a bootlick, and what a bootlick does is they want to talk about this integrationist language, hoping that they will get brownie points with these white executives in Hollywood. Now, I have to shake my head as related to listening to Nia Long talk about, oh, we shouldn't call a film with two black leads or two black performers a black film, because if it wasn't for those black films, your Nia Long wouldn't have a career right now. Because if we go down the resume of a Nia Long, most of the films that she starred in were produced by black producers, and many of the films that she starred in had predominantly black cast. So she's sitting there saying, oh, calling a black-led film a black movie is harmful, but it wasn't harmful for her because she built an entire career on black films and black TV shows over the last 30 years. But she wants us to think calling a movie with a black male and a black female lead a black film is harmful, when calling a film a black film was something done by your white executives in Hollywood ever since the inception of Hollywood. And many of those same white executives, they are the ones who implemented the system of segregation as related to film, because they did not want to see their white and non-black performers in films with black actors in the lead of those movies. So she's sitting there out here regurgitating the language of many bootlicks, sitting there talking about this integrationist nonsense, quoted saying, I feel like sometimes the roles choose me, that if that makes sense, whenever I've really wanted something, it never happens. So I sort of just know that I'm not in charge of that. I have this thing in me that says I'm being used to telling stories that inspire people to serve as a voice, and so I'm just going to trust this process. If I read a script and I love it, I say I've got to do that, and then I'm going to do it. This is what your Nia Long has said, and again, shows me how she's out of touch as related to the anti-black racism that goes on in Hollywood, because as a screenwriter myself, I know that many times those scripts have been vetted, and basically what the scripts she's getting are the leftovers that the white women don't want. Once the white actresses go out here and pick through those scripts, they leave these leftover scripts for our top black actresses, and that's the stuff that they have to go out here and work with. I know all about the struggles of black actresses because when I was writing the screenplay all about Marilyn, I studied about how many black actresses cannot get quality scripts because what happens with your Hollywood is they go out here and they'll buy a screenplay from a writer like myself, and then after they buy that screenplay, they then go out here and hire another screenwriter to go out here and rewrite that script for a white actress, and the white actress is getting the cream of the crop as related to the scripts. Meanwhile, black actresses, including Academy Award winners like Halle Berry and Monique and many others, they have to go out here and get the scraps and the leftovers. So when she sits there and says, oh, calling a black-led movie a black movie is harmful, she doesn't know how much of a fool she's looking like, because it is those white executives and those white actresses who keep black actresses from finding opportunities at quality scripts, because they are the ones holding black actresses like Nia Long back, and they are the ones who have impeded the progress of sisters as related to elevating their image on screen. Because it's these white executives who go out here and deliberately participate in anti-black racism by looking to go out here and degrade the image of your black actresses. They are the ones who prevent black actresses from going out here and actualizing their potential by going out here and playing a diversity of roles. If it is anything, it is your white executives who go out here and put black actresses into a black box of your so-called black movies, but your Nia Long just doesn't really understand the big picture as related to things, and goes out here and makes this absolutely stupid statement, sitting there saying, oh, calling black movies is harmful. No, black movies are black movies, because if you have a movie with a black male and a black female as the lead performers, and the story is centered around black culture, that is a black movie for all intents and purposes. That is a movie telling a story about the black experience. That is a movie telling us about black culture, and it is a movie giving us a showcase of black life. But when you're dealing with dysfunctional integrationists like Nia Long, they are the ones who believe in the great American melting pot, when the people who are running Hollywood have never wanted to integrate black people into their films outside of the racist stereotypes that they want to present as caricatures on screen in many of their early movies. No, they have no interest in including black people and showing us as human. No, what they want to do is show you as stereotypes, and the only way we got to be seen as human in any way, shape, or form was when black filmmakers and black screenwriters like myself went out here and put their fingers to the keyboard to tell the stories of our experiences. And those of us went out here and we had our film making equipment. We went out here and made our own films to tell our stories from our way. And again, your Nia Long basically takes this for granted because she grew up in the golden age of black cinema, which was started in the 1980s by the work of men like Bill Cosby, the work of men like Spike Lee, the work of men like the Hudlin brothers, and the work of men like the late John Singleton and many others. If it wasn't for those black men going out here and telling our stories and getting those stories to screen as black movies, we wouldn't have any stories out here at all. No, we wouldn't have those stories for your Nia Long to star in and be the feature performer in those films. If it wasn't for Ice Cube and John Singleton, your Nia Long wouldn't be anything in Hollywood at all. And if it wasn't for your Quincy Jones putting her on The Fresh Prince, your Nia Long wouldn't even be considered a footnote in your black cinema. That's something your Nia Long really doesn't understand, because if she took a critical look at her career, she would see that there weren't many films that she starred in with any of these white folks as related to her career. I mean, she's sitting there talking about, calling black-led movies black movies is harmful. Well, how many films with white producers did Nia Long star in? Critical question I want to ask your Nia Long, because when I look at her resume, I don't see many credits on there with any of these white folks who she's trying to go out here and get brownie points with by making that bootlicking statement, sitting there talking about, calling a black-led film a black movie is harmful. No, calling a black movie with black actors and actresses a black movie is the truth. That is what that film is, because if I'm writing a story about black people and I'm writing about black culture and I'm writing about the black experience and I'm considering black actors and black actresses for roles in that story, I am making a black movie. That's what it is. That's what that film is altogether. And again, what your Nia Long wants to do is go out here and think that she's going to get some brownie points with these white Hollywood producers who have basically ignored her over the course of her 30-year career. And she's thinking, I'm going to get these brownie points with these people. But these people never cared about Nia Long because they've got a lot of white girls they want to elevate above her. But your Nia Long wants to believe that your Hollywood wants to make certain actors black famous. No, it wasn't white Hollywood that made black actresses like Nia Long black famous. No, that was black people like myself who went out of their way to go out here and spend money on movie tickets for movies like Friday, which starred your Nia Long, and it was black producers like Ice Cube who made that effort to go out here and hire your Nia Long when your white Hollywood was basically passing your Nia Long over because they thought she was too dark to be a Halle Berry knockoff. So your Nia Long is sitting there talking about, that your Hollywood labels people black famous. No, they're labeled black famous just by her because those of us brothers and sisters who go out here and support black movies, we were the ones who went out here and made her famous. And now she's sitting there talking about how those terms do a film a disservice. No, what's doing those films a disservice is the fact that many of these white executives won't go out here and give these films the distribution they need in order to reach a larger audience. Because it is many of these movie studios who go out of their way to prevent these black films from finding a larger audience. It's not about the films being called black films. No, it is about the white executives in Hollywood who actively participate in anti-black racism towards black filmmakers, denying them an opportunity to reach a larger audience, or denying black screenwriters an opportunity to go out here and tell black stories from the black experience from a diverse perspective. It is your white executives that prevent us from seeing a larger picture of black life on screen, by preventing us from seeing things like black fantasy, by actively going out here and doing things like trying to sabotage the black fantasy market, like what they did with Black Panther, and what many executives do by going out here and buying up scripts for stories from different walks of the black experience, then hiring their screenwriters to go out here and rewrite those scripts. And as they hire them to rewrite those scripts, they write it to cast a white actress in the role. But your Nia Long thinks that, calling black films with black actors and black actresses and a black cast black movies is harmful when the real harm is done by the white supremacists behind the scenes who go out here and actively create a system to deny black filmmakers an opportunity to tell different kinds of stories about the black experience. And I know this from personal experience because when I tried to go out here and sell my screenplay all about Marilyn, which detailed all of the struggles that black actresses go through in Hollywood, I ran into resistance from many of those same white people who were controlling things. And those white people, they really do not like the idea of humanizing a black woman's image. They do not like the idea of elevating a black woman's image. And they are the ones who want the white woman to have the spotlight as related to their entertainment industry. And it's those white executives who hold your black actresses like Nia Long back and prevent her from being able to read a script like an All About Marilyn, a story with some substance and some layers. It's those white executives who, again, buy these scripts, but your Nia Long doesn't understand this. She's still thinking about being a part of the great white supremacist melting pot, thinking about getting all of this white acceptance, and thinking that that is black people doing the segregating. No, it's white supremacists in Hollywood who have been segregating black people. And what she's doing is alienating the black audience who built her up, because the last time I heard this type of foolishness was when Halle Berry was making these same statements 20 years ago after she won the Oscar for Monsters Ball. And after your Halle Berry won that Oscar for Monsters Ball, she thought she was going to open doors, but she found out 20 years later those same doors were closed because your white Hollywood does not see black entertainers outside of the fetish as being a part of their films like Monsters Ball. So your Nia Long is sitting there in the same type of clueless mindset, sadly at 52 years old, talking about calling black-led movies is harmful, but she doesn't really see how the white supremacist is the one holding her back in Hollywood and has held her back to the point where she and many of her contemporaries never got a chance to actualize their potential by starring in a movie with a quality script like an All About Marilyn or any other script out there written by a black screenwriter. She has never seen how it was always black people who elevated her, and it was black people who went out here and supported her movies. So her career came from black people, but she wants to sit there and again say that it's all about these white folks out here, and that it's a part of that whole process of saying, oh, it's about what I want. No, what you want has been filtered by your agent, filtered by the studios, and they give you the scraps and leftovers, and they are the ones who give you the garbage, and they're the ones holding you back. No, if it wasn't for those independent black filmmakers and black producers like Ice Cube and many others, your Nia Long wouldn't have a career. And if it wasn't for the support of black people like myself and many others who watched her movies, she wouldn't even be known in any household out here. So she's sitting up here speaking in fluent bootlick, hoping to get brownie points with these white supremacists, not understanding that many of the white people that she's out here looking to bootlick for, they never wanted to give her any job. And once she loses the support of the black community, she's going to soon find out who really was the one supporting her, and it was these black producers who were out here producing many of these black films out here. Now, if you want to check out my screenplay, All About Marilyn, and read about the struggles of a black actress in Hollywood, you can find that screenplay book on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And if you also want to check out my other screenplay book, All About Nikki, which details the first 13 episodes of the fabulous first season, you can also find that on Amazon.com as well, along with my other books on the SJS Direct imprint, like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, and my novels like A Thetas and A Recipe for Success and Eternal Night. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, and my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, All About Nikki, a fabulous first season. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meets Clueless in this absolutely fabulous African-American 1990s teen sitcom. Get all 13 episodes of All About Nikki, the fabulous first season, in paperback and e-readers today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks in a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business at paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.